Have you ever wondered when you should A/B test accessibility improvements? In this video, I'll show you exactly when to test accessibility changes, how to do it effectively, and how AI can help along the way. Hi, I'm Niklas Bräutigam, an in-house conversion rate optimization manager and co-founder of Conversion Stash. Let's dive in. After an accessibility audit, you'll likely have a long list of improvements to consider. But which ones should you actually test? Let's explore what makes sense to A/B test and what doesn't. You should consider A/B testing accessibility fixes if they involve substantial UI changes, especially if they might influence user behavior or performance. This includes simplifying headlines, redesigning forms, adding new navigation patterns, or changing modal behavior. Just make sure you have enough traffic to run a meaningful test. Focus on the most critical improvements first, especially those flagged as high impact during an accessibility audit. Take this example. We've simplified a headline to make it easier to read. That's great for accessibility, especially for users who struggle with complex text. But it could also influence how persuasive the message is. That's why it makes sense to A/B test changes like this, to find the best accessibility optimized copy. Not every fix needs an A/B test. If a change is unlikely to affect your key metrics, go ahead and implement it. This includes things like adding alt text, adjusting semantic markup, or improving keyboard focus. These are fundamental accessibility best practices. They happen under the hood and don't change the user experience in ways that require validation. Here is a perfect example. Adding alt text to an image. It helps users with screen readers and doesn't impact metrics in a negative way. So go ahead and fix it without hesitation. Now let's look at the types of A/B tests where accessibility matters most and deserve extra attention. Navigation is how users move through your site. If you're testing changes here, like restructuring menus or simplifying navigation flows, make sure they remain logical, focusable, and easy to follow using both a keyboard and a screen reader. Elements like buttons, drop-downs, and sliders also need to be keyboard accessible and screen reader friendly. If you're introducing or modifying interactive components, always test how users with different needs can interact with them. Visual updates like color-only indicators or icons without labels can create barriers. Always provide accessible alternatives, such as visible labels or area attributes, to ensure that the information isn't lost. Forms are high-risk areas for accessibility. Ensure that labels are correctly associated, error messages are easy to understand, and that users can submit the form using only a keyboard. Modal dialogues and fly-in menus often disrupt accessibility. Ensure these elements are properly announced by assistive technology and don't interfere with keyboard navigation or focus management. When you test changes to text or page structure, maintain a clear heading hierarchy, use simple language, and keep content readable. Check that updates don't introduce cognitive load or break the visual flow. So how do you actually find accessibility issues in your A/B test variants? Let's explore two different testing methods. So you can start with automated testing tools. These tools scan your site and quickly identify common accessibility issues. They're fast, easy to use, and provide an excellent starting point. Google Lighthouse is built into Chrome. It gives you an accessibility score, highlights problems, and suggests practical fixes, all within seconds. XDevTools is a free browser extension with guided fixes and helpful recommendations. It integrates smoothly into developer workflows and is perfect for catching deeper issues early. Wave is also free and ideal for non-technical users. It visualizes accessibility problems directly on your site so you can see exactly what's wrong and where. Automated tools are pretty useful. But manual testing is always necessary. They complement each other, not replace one another. Manual testing helps you catch context-specific problems that tools can't see. So test your A/B test variant using a screen reader. Can you easily follow the page structure? Is the content clear and understandable? Do you always know your location on the page? Next, unplug your mouse. Navigate only with the keyboard. Are all elements reachable? Is the tab order logical? Can you interact with everything? These are basic but critical checks. So you can also open Chrome DevTools and examine the accessibility tree. This shows you exactly how assistive technologies interpret your content. If important elements aren't visible in this tree, screen reader users may completely miss them. Now let's see how AI can support your accessibility efforts, from content improvements to automated checks. For instance, AI can of course automatically generate image descriptions for all text. It's especially helpful when you have a large number of visuals that need basic but useful context. AI tools can also rewrite complex copy into plain language. This helps users who struggle with reading or understanding complex content. Modern AI tools can identify missing labels, detect color contrast issues, and recommend semantic HTML improvements, helping you meet accessibility standards. Of course, you can use AI to set up routine scans of your site, flagging problems automatically so you can stay compliant and improve over time. AI agents are intelligent software programs that can autonomously interact with and navigate websites. Some believe these agents will eventually take over the role of navigating websites for users with disabilities. We'll discuss more about this topic in a second. And that's just the beginning. The possibilities of AI and accessibility are growing fast. We are likely to see many more use cases in the near future. Let's revisit the topic of AI agents. Jakob Nielsen, one of the most influential voices in usability, recently proposed a bold idea. He said that accessibility might become obsolete as AI agents begin handling web navigation for users with disabilities. So his view suggests that AI agents will eventually replace traditional web interaction by clicking, reading, and navigating for users, thereby making websites automatically accessible. If this vision becomes reality, websites may not need conventional accessibility features. However, until that happens, we must continue improving accessibility using proven methods. Moreover, I believe that accessibility improvements and AI agent optimization complement each other, as both depend on clean, well-structured content and semantic markup. Let's bring it all together and recap the most important takeaways. So first of all, test accessibility fixes that could influence user behavior or key metrics. Pay close attention to high-risk areas like navigation, forms, visuals, and of course dynamic content. Combine automated tools with manual checks for reliable testing. You can also use AI to support your efforts, but remember, it does not replace real user testing. And finally, maintain your site's accessibility. AI is not yet ready to take over these essential responsibilities. Thanks for watching.